Hello guys, welcome back at Geological as always, and today let's take a look and see what version 1.13.2 has for us, shall we? We've got the new Cant skin, that's pretty good. New Fang Mao skin, interesting. Then you got different bundles and so on and so forth. The Nations League, nice, this is good. It just means that it's growing, so it is. Ranked info, we're adjusting the ranked info, open times, okay. Ranked split timings. System balance. Blink. Oh, we have made important improvements to the targeting system that allows Blink to be used while channeling an ability. Okay. So Blink can now be used while channeling a wide range of abilities. Okay. If the user Blink set is set to normal cast, it will automatically instant cast. That's okay. Okay. Hunt and crests. Using hunt on certain crests such as will no longer interrupt certain abilities. Okay. Minor augments. Healing has been increased from 3.5 to 4. Okay. Ultimate damage increased from 6 to, or decreased from 6 to 5, but also grants 8 ability haste or ultimate haste. That's actually pretty good, because that'll be actually really good on certain characters. Divination shields has been healing and shields has been increased to 6%. Regenerator has been increased from 2.5 to 3. Okay. Technocrat also grants 5% attack speed. That's dangerous. So it is. Alchemist mana regen decreased from 2.5 to 2.25. Steadfast has been tenacity has been increased from 12 to 15%. Adele, this is a big one because she is actually exceptionally powerful. Seed of Dominion, cooldown refund decreased from 15 to 12. Thorn burst damage decreased as well. Distance moved for damage to occur increased from 30 to 35. Okay. Torrent of Thorns. Her Crown of Thorns self modifier increased from 200 to 250. Oh, okay. General physical armor decreased. Okay. Mana growth increased. Mana regen growth increased, and movement speed decreased. That's not bad, to be fair. Passive ally 2 damage decreased from 10 to 8. She's a force multiplier. This was going to happen. Spin damage increased. Spin damage total power scaling increased, and slam bonus health decreased. Okay, so she leans more to the physical power aspect than the health aspect, because she has been building an awful lot of health. So she has damage. So Iron Rose, secondary. Damage bonus scaling health, decreased. Expect that. Barrier duration decreased. Okay, was her main sort of ability. Imperial Lash, damage decreased. Cooldown increased. Now also dashes on jungle minions on hit. That's actually not too bad. Queen's Garden, impact damage decreased. Impact damage now correctly scales with bonus health. Impact damage health scaling decreased. Movement distance moved for damage to occur increased. Slow increased. Oof. Cooldown increased. Okay, so it was about time that was going to happen. Right, Acheron gets a bug fix. Crushing Maw no longer benefits from post-use hunger healing amplification amount when used. Okay. Aurora, very powerful at the minute, so she is. And let's see, Glacial Charge's Hoarfrost now deals damage and roots for 6 seconds instead of its full original value. So now, instead of just keeping the root, you now gain damage on it, as well as it lasts a little bit shorter. Okay. Hypothermia, her augment. Magical armor strength has been decreased from 20 to 15. Good. Boreal sweep. Hitbox length decreased by 10% to better match the Ice V effects. Okay. Bale, his basic attack fixed an issue where Bale would not be able to attack for an overly long duration if he was interrupted in his third strike with Dire Howl. Okay. Decker augment, magical power increased from 1 to 2. That's a bad idea, considering you have to remember that Ordis alone gives you 3. So the fact that now gives you 2 on a 2-second cooldown basically means that she can really ramp up the power. So she can get real power rampage. Photon Disruptor, scaling increased from 70 to 80. Eden, Kinetic Waltz. Eden reduced cooldown. Cooldown decreased from 35 to 30. Movement speed decreased from 40 to 35. Okay. His range basic attack, total physical power scaling from 12 to 11. Good, because he is nasty. Bonus physical power scaling decreased from 20 to 15. Critical strike scaling increased from 85 to 95. Final strike bonus power scaling decreased, and critical strike scaling increased. Okay. Fang Mao, Earth Shatter, fixed an issue where Fang Mao would not execute heroes in certain scenarios where the target is out of combat but being healed by Titan Crest effect. Yeah, I've seen that happen a few times. Gadget, magical power scaling decreased from 120 to 105. Her Seek and Destroy, good. Her damage was insane. Greystone, Assault the Gates, his alternative bonus power scaling decreased. Was doing a bit of damage. Cooldown reduction on hit decreased from 40 to 35, good. Now also reduces the cooldown and grants him movement speed upon hitting monsters. Good. That's not bad. It does balance him out a little bit more. He is quite strong at the minute, though. I will say that much. Grooks, Lust for Blood, healing increased from 4.5 to 5 and from 12.3 to 13. Good. It gives him a bit more sustain to work with. Howitzer, landmine cooldown also. So augment blast off landmine's cooldown is also 12% lower. Okay. Sniper settles augment total attack speed per stack increased from 3.5 to 4. Max stacks decrease from 6 to 5. Also grants Howitzer omnivamp per stack. That's actually really good sustain. Build him auto attack based. He's gonna be bad. Combat thrusters movement speed decreased. Okay. The R2000 missile increased the damage. Magical power scaling increased. Direct damage. Oh, bonus direct damage removed. Formerly that. Oh, so he loses direct damage, but how much did he? Oh, but he got a chunk of scaling. He got a chunk of damage and a chunk of scaling. So now it's just you don't have to hit directly all the time. It's just gonna clean them. That's okay. I'm not gonna complain about that. Landmine damage increased, scaling increased. Okay, make it rain. Damage changed. So higher on the start, weaker in the end, but the scaling has overall been increased. So it has, which isn't bad. Chimera, Unleash, primary cooldown decreased. That's not a good idea. Cull, cooldown decreased. Again, terrible idea. Bellica, Augment, bonus XP has been increased from 2.3 to 1 to 3. Okay, that's not bad. Invocation passive ability haste increased from 8 to 10. Okay, Seismic Assault, primary cooldown decreased. Bellica's going to be more of a nuisance than anybody else now. Song of My People, quality of life. Norboss's glowing model. Elements now display as green or blue based on his current song, heal, or speed. Okay. Neon, Lynx, pulse explosion radius decreased from 600 to 425. That's not bad, but it kind of hurts me because I am a Neon player. So, bit dangerous. Fizz. Pulse attack, basic attack, magical power scaling. Her basic attack does magic. Magical power scaling decreased from 20 to 15. Okay. Psychic Flare, primary, magical power scaling decreased from 90 to 80. Cooldown increased. Good, because she was spamming that like feck. Right, Richter, Augment, Warden's Leash. Cooldown refund on ally hit increased from 60 to 80. Mana refund on ally hit increased from 50 to 80. Okay. General physical power growth increased. Oh, okay. And then his Riplash cooldown decreased. I'm not too offended on that. Seraph, another very potent jungler in my opinion. General movement speed decreased. She's not going to be rotating as quick anymore. Chastise, power decreased. Ouch. Heresy, burn dot decreased and attack speed decreased. Yeah, she was very strong as of late, so she was. Sebi boy, Gravebreaker. Additional knockback distance per tier increased from 25 to 30. Okay. Siphon, primary. Damage decreased. Ooh. Now deals bonus damage to monsters. Okay. Cooldown changed. Okay, that's not too bad. I can see why. Shimby, Crescendo, Augment, Final Strike with magical power scaling increased. Gives her a little bit more damage. Circle Rhythm, secondary, scaling shield increased as well. She's going to be a tank. Sparrow, Sun Shards Augment, on hit modifiers decreased from 40 to 35. Good, because she was clearing wave and then chunking you for serious damage. Heightened Sense, attack speed decreased. Good. Sparrow can now recast Heightened Sense if the ability is active, but the cooldown is available instead of having to wait for the buff to fully end first. Good, okay. Steel, absolute monster, so he is. Shield Bash, Alter, now deals bonus damage to monsters. His farm is going to be on point, so he is. Wraith seriously needs looked at. Who's there? Passive drone, magical power decreased, ability haste decreased. And then knock magical power scaling decreased as well. So they really don't like Wraith. Wukong, again, I don't know very much to do with Wukong, but cooldown has been increased. Bonus physical power scaling decreased, and increased. So he got nerfs across the board. So he must seem to be a problem. Yin, Storm of Salvation, which is our augment. Missing health healing decreased from 1 to 7.5. Non-hero multiplier increased from 15 to 20. Okay. Windburn, max health damage decreased. Ouch. She got absolutely hemorrhaged there. Yuri, physical power growth decreased. Ouch. Mana decreased. Mana growth decreased. Ouch. Yuri gets crippled. Right, so Titan Crest now grants health regeneration when killing enemy units. Stacks to evolve have been increased from 280 to 340. Okay, Galath Crest now grants its health regeneration when killing enemy units. Increased again to 340. Yeah, okay. Fluorescence, gold per second decreased. Ouch. Height decreased by 20%. Okay, gold per second decreased, gold per second decreased, gold per second decreased, gold per second decreased, gold per second decreased. Gold per second decreased. Magical muzzle scaling decreases from 50 to 20. Cooldown increased from 120 to 135. Ouch. Gold decreased. Rapid Rapier, momentum strike basic attack damage from 15 to 12. Ouch. Lightning Hawk, chilling momentum stacks on basic attacks decreased from 15 to 12. Ouch. Spectra, plasma blade damage based on missing health decreased from. Ouch. Plasma no longer deals 2 more damage than intended. Oh, so it was bugged. Okay. Cost increased. Electrified momentum decreased. Basic attacks decreased. They really hemorrhaged that item by making it cost 3,000. They've actually really, really, really hurt this item. So they have Alternator, mana from 250 to 300. Alternator bonus damage increased from 12 to 15. That's pretty good. Dread, bug fix. Vital shield no longer triggers from receiving item damage such as Tainted Guard. Okay. Infernum, mana increased. Furnace Cinder damage increased as well. Infernum's going to be nasty if you can land consecutive hits. Manta Scythe, cost decreased to 800. They increased the attack speed and increased the pen. Are you nuts? Let me see what it says. Manta Scythe was a heavy hitter after its initial release in 110, pushing it out of contention with the general balanced landscape having shifted heavily since then. There is room to bump Manta back up as the more basic attack focused alternative to the likes of Malady and Mindrazor. You see, Manta Scythe is always going to have a place because it does give you infinite stacking damage. Omen, basic attack decreased from 15 to 12, damage scaling increased from 15 to 20. That's not too bad. Psionic Echo, number of attacks from 2 to 3, increase but decreased the attack speed. Okay, Guys Greaves, Tremor health damage bonus decreased. Good, because it was putting out serious damage. Dreambinder, quality of life, chilling spells description has been updated to state that it does not apply to proc damage sources to better convey why it doesn't work with things like such as Morghesh's pestilence damage. Okay. Void Conduit no longer grants yourself and nearby allies 5 health regen, now grants your allies Omnivamp. Oh, that makes it actually so much better. And then they boosted the radius. That actually makes it so much better. Oh, I'm actually surprised. That actually might be a good thing to start building. Warp Stream! Max mana increase from 300 to 400. Tide Blink on taking damage. Decrease from 3 to 2.5. Okay, and then you got Frost Guard. Showing radius increase from 700 to 850. Strife damage reduction is 3 to 3.5. Well, that was what I would call very good. Just mostly a lot of small changes. I don't think anybody got massively changed. I think that was mostly just a lot of small ones. Nothing I would consider extreme anyway. So it is. It's just a nice little balance pass just to pass the time until the next major patch. So, we still have the same problems. Skylar's still going to be a problem. Kalari's still going to be a problem. Kai's still going to be a problem. Basically, everybody's still going to be a problem if you're good enough with them. So, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe if you didn't enjoy. And remember, guys, not everything goes to plan. Bye!